Okay, we are live. We are live. You know what? I had a little bit of trouble setting up the multi-stream for TikTok. Actually, they got to actually hang out and, you know, get this information. I wanted to get it all out there at once. However, things happen. Things happen. I'm here to talk about fractured bonds. It's very important that we talk about this project. I think because this project gives a voice to people. And that's one thing that, as we go through life, sometimes this needs to be heard. And it's definitely one of those things that we need to talk about because it affects so many of us. In fact, it affects everybody. There's no way around it. Betrayal is one of those things that if you're on this planet longer than 3 years, you're going to be betrayed. It just happens that way because of, I guess, people. That's the easiest way to say it is people. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. When when I talk about betrayal, hey, listen, let's be honest here. I've been betrayed in my life as well. Okay, multiple, numerous freaking times I have been betrayed. Um, but I bounce back. I bounce back. It sometimes takes a little bit of time, just like with most people. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time before you can find that balance, the balance that we need to move forward and continue to do great things. Um, I just want to check something real quick. Bear with me. Okay, that's crazy. Hold on 1 second. I'm not going no place. I'm just trying to check something. It's like my first time ever using StreamYard, and I want to make sure it's working. Hold on 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so we are live. Okay, so it's working. Um, what I really, really tend to want to talk about when I talk about fractured bonds is that allows people to tell their story of betrayal. And the important thing is, along with telling their story of betrayal, they have the potential to help someone else get through something. Now, let's be honest here. When you're going through betrayal, and like I said, I've experienced it a lot. When you're going through, being betrayed, it takes a while to get back because the first question you ask yourself is why? Why would this person do this to me? Why would this person get in the way of me trying to be great? Why would this person that claims that they care about me um try to sabotage what it is that I'm doing? That's what betrayal is, and it never comes from excuse me, it never really comes from strangers. It never comes from the, as we call, our haters. Betrayal, just the bare meaning of the word, means that it comes from someone that we are close to. Usually we consider them part of our tribe, our friend, our family, our mate. Sometimes. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Oh, I can tell you a lot of stories about being betrayed by mates, but it happens. Um, Let me get on point here because I did a live similar to this earlier on TikTok. Here it is. Fractured Bonds is a docu-series that I've created. Um, I'm enjoying the ride that I'm having because I have a wonderful team that works with me on Mic Drop Mondays. Okay. While I was putting Mic Drop Mondays together, I really started thinking about this whole concept of betrayal. How it affects us to our very core. And I said that it would be kind of cool if I could make something, the docu-series, that actually speaks to that, where people can tell their stories, give them a platform where they can sometimes vent, sometimes just let their voice be heard. And more importantly, to give those same people the opportunity to help others heal, to help others get through their problems. Now, there's many different ways that you can join this movement. And yes, I do call it a movement. There are many different ways that you can join this movement. The easiest way, well, I'm not going to say easiest, but if it's comfortable for you, one of the ways that you can join this movement is by sharing your story. See, If you've gotten past the pain of betrayal, that means that you're resilient. Okay. And a lot of people, especially, those that are younger than us, they don't have the tool set or the tools to help them get through betrayal or being betrayed. And it kind of puts them in a stagnant state where they just stay still. Usually there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of self doubt. What I want to do with your help is to give them those tools to get through being betrayed. Again, we look back. If you've been on this planet longer than 3 years, there's a good chance that someone's going to betray you. Okay. It could be in the schoolyard, it could be in the playground, it could be in high school. It doesn't matter. Someone is going to actually make you feel as if you should have never trusted that person. And here is another important thing. People that have been betrayed, they have this thing, and I used to be this way. Trust no one. Everybody's got a nefarious plot up their sleeve. Everybody's trying to bring you down. Trust no one. And for a while, I really started to believe in that mantra. Trust no one. Every time I saw the ending of the intro trailer to X Files, that's the last thing they put on the screen is trust no one. And I lived by that for a long time, but it's a lonely existence. And we sometimes want to get back to that place where we can begin to trust others. Doesn't mean that betrayal isn't going to happen. Look at your boy Jesus Christ. Okay, look at Muhammad. Look at all these people throughout history. Look at Julius Caesar. All these people throughout history that were betrayed. Okay. I want to try to put it into that. And no, this is not going on YouTube. This is going to Prime Video. Okay, Amazon Prime Video. I believe it will reach a larger audience. Um, and it's something that is needed in this world. I did the pre-Rex and looked around and I saw nothing, absolutely nothing online about anything similar to fractured bonds. Maybe cheaters comes close, but it's talking about infidelity. Betrayal, on the other hand, comes from so many different places. It can come from your workplace, it can come from your home, it can come from the block you hang out with, with the people that you hang out with. It can come from so many different places. And I think that that is the importance of actually having a docu series like this. Now it's real simple. I can blur out your face if you're not comfortable with having your face shown. I can change your voice. I can do all of that great, cool stuff. The important thing is that you have a platform where you can share your story of betrayal, but more importantly, your story of resilience and give actual tips of how other people can get through this. See, that's the important part. Not only does it give you a platform, but it also gives you a platform to help assist others in healing. It's like a kick that I'm like caught on. I'm always trying to empower, motivate, and inspire people. Another way you can help if you're not, too keen on being on camera or sharing your story, I have a Kickstarter. Okay. I plan to travel to get this done where I have to like book hotel rooms and schedule these interviews with people. I plan to, go extra hard, as far as equipment and stuff like that. I'm taking up my A game for this. Because once you go to Prime Video, they want it to be perfected. And I want to make sure that it is perfected. So if you look in my bio, you'll see the Linktree link. Just click that. You can find out information about the Kickstarter. You can get your name in the credits. You can sponsor an episode. There's just so many different ways that you can be a part of this. Um, Sharing your story is just the beginning. Okay, sharing your story is just the beginning, and it's a great beginning. And it's something that is, if you're willing to share your story, it's something that is awesome and amazing. But the project still needs to be funded. If you look on my timeline, you'll see I've got audiobooks all over the place. I'm just doing a lot. I'm cutting down the prices just to raise this money to make sure that I give these people the voice that they need, to ensure that they are heard. Um, I think in my life, I've got four people that I trust. Where I can tell my deepest secrets to, my my dreams, my aspirations, and I always want them to share that with me. Because I want to uplift and empower others. And Fractured Bonds is just another way that I'm utilizing my gift, my talent to actually create something that will not help me, but help others. That trickle down effect that I've been talking about for years never really worked for Ronald Reagan, but in this case, it will work because if by sharing your story and how you were able to bounce back and go ahead and live your best life ever and just forget about the person that betrayed you. With that being said, if you can help someone else get through a moment of feeling betrayed and help them get on to being their greatest self, do you know what that does? It gives them an opportunity to get back on their feet and do something great, to do something epic. That with the 6 degrees of separation, you never know. They might be out there ready to help the world heal, you know. And plus, sometimes people become inspired by your stories. And when you inspire people, that pushes them forward to do more great things. With this being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Um, I will honor the deal, even though I got on here late. I'll honor the deal. I'll give away 10 Echoes Vision for 2025 audiobooks. All you have to do, the first 10 that send me a message saying send me book. Better yet, I would like to tell my story. First 10 to do that, I will make sure you add your email address. No, I can't attach it via messenger. Well, anyway, add your email address, and what we'll do is, it's very important. What we'll do is, first 10 people will send them a copy of that audiobook. In fact, I have to do a seminar at the public library in my area teaching people about using AI to make 2025 their best year yet. So if you're in the Camden area, you might want to stop in for that. With that being said, Mr. Robinson, Church of Real Talk, thank you so much for joining me on this live. Again, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. All right, have a great day, folks.